Hi, this is Anna. Welcome back to my channel. I just found another way of using golden books for journals. So I actually watched a video. I'm going to link that video below so you can watch how the person made her journal. I used some of her ideas, but then I turned it into traveler's notebook, and I really like this idea. This journal is not finished yet, but just to show you the basics of it is that this journal has 2 elastics and 2 signatures, because golden books for the most part come with 2 signatures. So this journal I am not going to stitch through the signatures because I don't need to, because I already have these elastics. And second of all, sometimes people ask me if the signatures are already stitched through because they would want to add trims with the sewing machine and stuff. So this is why I'm going to be leaving the signatures just like that, so you can work on each page individually if you want to, if it's easier for you. And then if you decide to stitch that through, that's fine. If not, that it doesn't bother me. But today I wanted to show you how I made this journal. So 2 signatures, and I just used a regular golden book because they come in different sizes, but this is the regular size book, and I'll show you today how I got to this point, minus the charm. The charm I just made just now for something, you know, to have on the side to kind of look cute. But this journal is not done yet, and I will be showing it as soon as I finish it. Right now I just wanted to show how I made it. And as I mentioned, I followed the other tutorial, some part of it. So if I don't have everything that I need, then I'll have to get up and find it. But hopefully I brought everything that I need. So first you need golden book. And I always clean those books because, you know, these are old books and there's a good possibility that somebody was chewing on it or worse. So I just like to have it cleaned. So I clean it with those wipes. I didn't show you these wipes. These are the Walmart brand. I love them. They take everything off. And then I go with some dry cloth and I wipe it dry. And I do the same on the other side. So that is clean book now. So for this particular spine, it could be tricky and it could be difficult to do it the right way, because you just you need to be cautious. She did it in a, I think, different way. I think she was opening the foil here. I'm not going to. I'm just going to be very gentle on kind of opening the staples that are inside. It's difficult when I sit. But the thing is, you don't want to, so you kind of have to figure which way they go. I think they close here. You don't want to tear this part, because if you tear this part, then you might need to use it for a different project. So, you know, some books take longer, some books take shorter, but so you just need to be patient with this process here. Or you can do what she did and you can just open those. See, this book is pretty new, so this is somewhat challenging here. So I guess I'll have to do this too. So then I grab my jewelry tools and I open these staples here. So this should be good to go right now. Some books are really easy. This one actually is not. And I will have to fix all of that. So let's see, what else do I have here? I can have this maybe lifted up. See, I don't really want to break this part because that's the beauty of this. So I'm just using a craft knife because it was here. I broke it, so I'll have to fix it. So then I'm trying to lift these parts too. I'll show you in a second as soon as I get this low, because you don't see what I'm doing. So here you can see those. I'm opening them up, and I unfortunately I had to break the foil, which I'll have to fix. And now I am lifting it up without further issues. So now this, I'm just kind of sliding it off those staples. That's my book, and see, it comes in 2 signatures, and each of these signatures have 3 pages. So that's how they come for the most part, the golden books. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to keep it for later because now I need to finish this. So I take my other tool that can actually cut the metal here. So I'm just cutting these as far away as possible. I mean, actually as close to the book as possible. And then I'm taking this one again and I'm kind of bending it back. The remaining tiny pieces, I am kind of bending them back in the book so they don't interfere with my next step. So this is pretty much straight now. I do need to fix this. I can fix it really quick with this glue. I'll just glue this here really quick so it doesn't get damaged any further. So I got the pages of the book. Next thing, this should be fine. So I'll be done with this book in a second, and I'll switch to a different one. I'll show you why. So here is the crease, and here is the crease right here. So see, if you left it like this, they'll be very unstable and bendable, because here's the book, and now what you're doing, you're pushing this in, and now this becomes your cover. So to achieve that, you need a piece of chipboard, and I already cut a piece of chipboard only because I was making 3 other books, and this is the and I cut 4 pieces of this chipboard. But just to show you, see, when you bend this and the book is, see, now everything is movable because we're taking the book apart, but this is why we need to make it more sturdy. See, when I do this, you see where the crease is on both sides? Do you see that? I still have a little bit space left, and I want that space. This is very important, to have some of that. You don't want to go all the way to the end or to the end here. You want the space. So now I'm taking my adhesive glue and I'm gluing this whole thing. See, I'm really covering it. And I see I forgot one thing, but I have to go, so I'll bring it when I go. So now right in the middle, you have to be kind of careful to be precise as much as you can, because this has to be in the middle. And now I'm going to leave you for a second, because I am going to take this to my other table and I'm going to put it flat and set a lot of books on top of it to make it very heavy, kind of keep the weight on it to make it dry flat. So I'll be right back. Okay, so that part is done, and that part is this. So this is my other book that I already made the same way. So we're at this step right now, that I have the other book drying right now, and this being glued to it, and it adhered the right way. So now we're moving along, and it's, as you can see, I have a lot of space in between the chipboard and the crease. So that's my journal, what I need right now. And she was adding paper and was giving her a hard time. If you watch the video, I'm not using paper to cover this. I'm using bookbinding tape, and I showed this in one of my haul videos. If you're interested in my videos, please subscribe so you can see all the videos coming up, because I do show my hauls, and you can see where I buy these things and how they come. So what I'm doing here is I am kind of trying to get this in the middle, and it's kind of difficult to do it when I'm making video, but this has to be straight. This can kind of guide you, this line there. So I'm going right to the top and as precise as I can be, and then I have to trim it on this side. So right here, and this is bookbinding tape, and it's going to hold it beautifully, and you don't have to worry about anything. So this dough is splitting, this chipboard is splitting, so I need to add a little bit of glue, and this is going to solve the issue. And then I'm taking my little tool here. I got the glue out, so I need to be careful not to put it on my table. Then I go over the creases and all over this, and then on the other side. Got a little glue on the tape from when I was gluing it. should be good now. So that's it. That is this part. And now this is almost ready. So next thing will be the elastic. I already brought my elastic here, and I'm going to be showing you that elastic too, but before I show you the elastic, few things. I need a hole right in the middle of everything. I think it's somewhere here. I usually just eyeball it. And then we're using 2 elastics, so I just need to make 2 holes, kind of on the same level, and also kind of same here and here. Actually, maybe a little higher here, a little higher. So this is good enough, I think. And for this step, I'm using this tool, and I'll be also showing it. I'm using it on a smaller hole. So I am right now punching these 5 holes. And I don't know how well I'm going to see it here. And you're going through a lot of paper here, chipboard and other things. So I don't know how precise this will be because I'm recording and I can't really see well, but let's hope. There's a lot of stuff it has to go through. Can't see. Well, let's hope it's somewhere here. Two holes, just like that. You won't really see them on this side as much. And so 2 holes at the bottom, 2 holes on the top, and 1 in the middle. That's what we're doing for this project. And this is my, this is how I decided to do this project. And on the other person, she was actually making 3 holes because she was kind of stitching it through. And this is not what we're doing here. We're making this into traveler's notebook. So again, am I straight with this here? Okay. We got all 5. We need to let it kind of jump back to its position, I guess, because it's going through a lot of thickness of the paper. So 5 holes, 2, 2, 1. Now my elastic, I decided to use this elastic. I'll be showing the elastics when I make whole video. See, this I noticed that this paper is coming out, coming off of this. I am going to use this glitter glue to glue this back. And this glue is grabbing pretty quick, so it should be all good. And let's check the other side. The other side seems like it's fine. So, you know, you just need to look at the book you're working with to see what it needs and kind of help it. So first I'm adding elastic that will hold this closed. So the way I'm doing it, I have a little piece here because I don't like to waste it. I go across, around, I stretch it a little bit So it's stretched a little bit, and then it tells me where to cut this. So let's measure. That will be about that will be about 10 inches, a little bit over 10.25 maybe. So now I'm taking my tool that I made. It's pretty much kind of metal string that came with some beads, and I'm going from the middle through the hole. It just helps me with the elastic, and then I tie the elastic inside as far to the ends as I can, because I measured it pretty well. So that means this is how much I need, and that closes my book. Now I go with the elastics inside. So this is pretty easy step. You really start wherever you want to start, but then remember that here, this elastic has to be on the outside of the cover, because this has to be inside to hold your signatures. If you did it the other way around, you would end up with the elastic here, and you don't need it there. You need it inside. So here, through this hole, again, I can use my helper here. This really helps. And I'm going through here, and again through this hole here. I'll probably need this again, and back to the middle, to the inside actually, not the middle, and then this will be one elastic. So again, I kind of measure, I kind of stretch it too, so it's not too much. So it's, because you want it to hold the signatures, not to be too loose. So I think somewhere here is good. And now I'm going to tie it, but before I do it, I'll move the elastic so I kind of have this in the middle. And then I tie a knot. And again, I want to be as far out as I can, because I don't want to waste the elastic. It's expensive, especially when you buy multiple colors like I did. You don't want to waste stuff. Okay, so this is done. I have 2 elastics for 2 signatures. This is all beautiful. Fixed the spine. This is now very sturdy spine. I have elastic that closes the journal. So all I need right now is the signatures. And I already have the, but now what happens next is, remember that the part of the cover is here. That match is like probably over 1/2 inch. So what that causes is that now the book is too big for the cover. So you need to cut the book. So let's say by that much. So I'm going to trim the pages. Before I do that though, I'm checking if there's print on there. There is a print on there. See, that's the tricky thing, because you kind of don't want to cut the print. So what I'm going to do with this particular book, because it does have the print going pretty far out, like here, what I'm going to do is I am going to fold it, but before I do that, I'll trim a little bit on the top and bottom. So this will give me about 7.5 tall. So the book will be, so the pages, the other pages that I have to cut will be 7.5 inches top to bottom. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to fold the pages now, so I don't have to do this later. Only because the print, normally the print doesn't start right on the edge here. Usually it's somewhere in the middle, but it's not the case here. So this is why I am just going to fold the pages. Didn't have to do it with the other one, but I'll have to do this with this one, or I'll lose the print. So it's up to me what to do. So that's what it is. So I said 7.5 here. So I'm going to bring my pages now that I have for the signature. And I'm going to trim this part. And 7.5 is somewhere here. But first, the book is kind of 6 inches, not entire 6 inches wide now. So that means that it's probably 11.5 for the length before I fold it in two. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's where my fold is, and I don't have much space here, so I'm doing what I can. Then I have this. This will be fine. This, I could cut this a little bit. Then I have card. I have this 7.5 somewhere here, and this one 7.5, and then 11.5. So this works. Then this one 7.5. Then I have a bag. I'm going to trim the bottom part so it opens up. Then I have some flowers, so 7.5. And this paper is 12 by 12, so I have to cut it to 11.5. Don't need this part. Then this one, 7.5. And this one. So I think altogether I have either 14 or 15 sheets, including the book pages. Including the book pages. So now I'm going to put the signature together. So I don't need these parts. This is trash. Here are my pages. This is all trash, but I can use that. So my book. Here's my book. And where is it? Where's my crease? Here. That was my crease. To tell me the 7.5. Yep, 7.5. So see, I could even make it as a first page. And then again, because I'm not stitching these signatures through, you can move the pages around. So I'm just folding this in half. Here is the next one. the middle. I'm using also all sorts of scrapbooking paper. So here you could use this colorful page. Maybe this page here. And this here. Can keep this in the middle, and this you could use in here. I don't have corner punch here, but the other corner is round, so I have to make this one round too to be symmetric. So then I can go with the glue and close this here. And close it here. And where is my book? Oh, where did I go with it? Oh, there it is. So goes behind the first elastic, and this is your first signature. And you can add things to the pages, trims, whatever you want. You can punch them, you can give them some edge. The next one, same thing. I'm going to cut it to that 7.5 on both top and bottom. I don't know if you can see this part or not, but it's 7.5 right here, 7.5. And then I'm going to put it aside, and I'm going to cut the rest of the paper. Here again I can do a pocket. So that's my top. So 7.5 will be there. And then I also have to cut it to 11.5 here. Okay. And 7.5. This is sliding off my desk. It's just I'm trying to show you how I cut the paper, but it's not very easy to do it this way, but I just want you to see. This one is 7.5. Now this one 7.5, and this is perfect. Again, 7.5. And here, this envelope fits now this brown paper. Let's see, has to be here. Okay, so enough space, and it's right at 7.5. And then this one at 7.5. And it's 11. And this one and 11.5. And we're almost done. So let's see. Don't need any of that. I'm folding this in half. And this. Now see how far that print goes. It would be really impossible to cut it without cutting the letters. This is why we have to do it this way. You can go further with it or closer. Okay, so that's the book. I'm going to have a page right on the front, so here. Then I need a page here. Then this and this. I'll use green. Where's the green? I already used the green, so maybe I'll use this here. And it's the big one. That's, I'm going to bend it, fold it over this way. And then page that will go in here for contrast. What else do I have? I have this page too. Could use one in the middle here. Then envelope, and I have 4 more pages, so maybe this way. Here. Book page here. A little something here. And maybe this one here. Let's see how this looks. this is what we got. This looks like it might stick out a bit. I'm going to trim it just in case. The envelope, I'm actually going to glue the pockets. And on the other side, that's the tricky part here with the glue. This looks good to me. And I'm going to put the second insert in the journal in the cover. Middle was here. And that's it. 2 signatures. And this one I had to fold over the pages because we didn't want to lose them. And then you close it. So see, this one I could trim the pages because the print was more towards the middle of the page. I didn't lose any of the letters in this one. So it depends on the book. But I just wanted to show you how I made this because I know you guys might ask later on how I did that. So I'm going to link the channel where I follow this step here, and then I hope this is pretty much pretty straightforward, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.